Hi everyone.
I mean, everyone knows who you guys are.
Evan, we're recording right now.
They wanted to look in.
Evan, you're messing up this entire
What the hell?
Recording, you know?
Yeah.
This is the Flounder Pondcast episode
You gotta sit. Yeah.
6, I think. Flounder is MIA once again, so it's me and Elka and Elka's brother Evan.
That's right. This is Evan.
Special guest.
Yeah.
Honored guest.
Yeah. Long may he live. Many blessings upon his name.
Yeah.
Evan, Elka's brother.
Yeah.
We're a little
You just doxed me.
we're a little low energy today. It's very hot. It's like 90 degrees.
I'm very hungover.
You're very hungry. I'm only a little hungover.
I'm very hungover.
Okay, here's one thing I'd like to know. Have you guys gotten any feedback from like listeners, like other than me?
I've gotten feedback
Oh.
From whom?
from
Like a couple of our friends.
Zach.
Yeah, Zach,
They
Noah.
listen to all this.
Yeah, I think we've got a couple like YouTube comments or like Twitter comments.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know what's new with you guys since the last 12 hours since I saw you guys.
Let's see. We went to the farmer's market today. Then we went to the beach. It was a good little slice of Madison life, I think.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything. This is the first thing I'm like actually doing today. The first thing going on that I have. There's a protest up on the square. It's probably about guns or abortion.
Yeah. They're always doing something.
There's always something going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Do we want to interview Evan? I don't know if Flounder likes to interview his guests.
Or
I don't wanna-
you
don't have to.
That's fine.
All right.
Let's just
Let's jump right into it.
Okay,
we'll
let's-
take a dive into the pond.
take the plunge. Plunge into the pond. Okay. Speaking of plunging, Titanic submarine thoughts.
I mean, what did they expect?
It was
Yeah.
a hoopty.
Well,
The submarine was a piece.
It was a hoopty, and I think they used the wrong type
What's a
of
hoopty?
Wait, you don't know what a hoopty is?
No. Is this like a Minnesota thing?
It's like
No.
an Evan thing.
Well, it's like a shitty car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a-
No, it was.
Like a hoopty.
Yeah.
I remember, who was it? Who's that guy that Chris Brown was gonna go on it, and then he was, and he I don't know, was learning about this submarine. He was like, this sounds like a bad idea. I'm not gonna go on this. And if fucking Chris Brown is smart enough to know that you shouldn't be on this, why are all these I don't know, rich people not figuring that out? But they're dead now, right?
They're
they're
dead.
confirmed crushed by the submarine imploding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in our society, we just naturally assume that everything has gone through some sort of, regulation, inspection and stuff like that. So with something like that, where it's not necessarily regulated, that our minds just can't comprehend that people can just do something and just not ask for permission.
Yeah.
Yeah, we think everything's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember. Now that this is happening, it's come out all these interviews and whatever with this guy, and there's numerous occasions of him being I don't really care about safety. I'm just gonna do what I want, and fair enough, right? I guess you can do what you want, and then you can go die in the bottom of the ocean.
I saw this one thread on Twitter. I apologize. About comparing the guy who did the whole submarine thing to an Ayn Rand's character, in that hubris, all that, and he thought he was better than everyone else. He tried to do the impossible, the insurmountable, and he thought he had a better technique and was more intelligent than the masses.
I've never read Ayn Rand, so I'm not really.
Which I don't know. She has a lot of characters like that who are titans of industry, and they create this totally innovative new method for steel production or something like that, and they just revolutionize the industry. And so I can see the parallels between that and the Titanic submarine guy.
Well, that's all very interesting.
Yeah, right.
But,
It's
yeah.
very high-minded of whoever wrote that Twitter thread.
Like these people who explore things, like guy who goes in a submarine, or people who climb Mount Everest. It's like some kind of antisocial personality. And you set aside your family and the shit you have going on, do something risky just for your own enjoyment. It's like a personality defect, I think.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that it's like antisocial to climb Mount Everest, because that's like totally commercialized now.
Yeah.
You have to wait in a queue in order to like hit the touch the top, whatever. Be like, I got to the peak,
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting.
It's it's kind of like skydiving or things like that. It's like a normal person doesn't really have an interest in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've just never really understood the appeal of stuff like that, because life can be boring, the monotony and everything like that. And I get that some people just really can't take that. They just need to feel real fear in their lives. But still, it's you can create more artificial situations that are actually safe to still satisfy your need for adventure,
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad, because because we're talking about regulation and how we assume things are safe, and something like skydiving is bar the accidents, it is by far and large, pretty safe, and so
safe. Yeah.
if you're looking for some kind of adventure or whatever that's safe, there you go, and there's something.
Yeah.
It's not an experience any person would ever be able to have normally, or even before parachutes were invented, before planes were invented, over 100 years ago. No, that was completely unthinkable.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, we kind of just do. We can do it pretty safely, and so I don't know. I get wanting to do that.
I guess Ted Kaczynski would call it a surrogate activity.
Interesting. Wait, what did he mean by that?
You won't understand.
Well, okay, I haven't.
You wouldn't get it.
Just because I'm a woman, I won't get it. Sue me. I haven't read the Unabomber Manifesto. What was he on about?
Yeah, let's talk about surrogate activity.
Yeah.
He said that so primitive times, people had to work pretty much all the time, and they were happy, and they got satisfaction from the things they did, and they could just kind of relax and do nothing and be satisfied. Nowadays, people can't, and so they get involved with hobbies and stuff that fill the void in their life, because they don't really need to work hard all day every day to feed themselves. And so surrogate activity is like a hobby or something to divert your attention into.
I see.
I don't know, but he said his guideline is would your life be incomplete if you didn't have it?
So and what if it wouldn't be incomplete without it? You just shouldn't do it, or
no? He
it's
just
something to think about.
It's just something to think about.
Okay.
But if you didn't read, if you didn't study a particular topic, your life wouldn't be empty. But if you never had sex, then your life would be empty. So sex isn't a surrogate activity, or eating isn't a surrogate activity.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. That's fair. I think there's probably different levels to surrogate activities too. Some are really, on somewhat secondary level of.
Well, it's not a bad thing for it to have something to be a surrogate activity.
Yeah.
It's I think his thing is it's not your fault if you're living in modern society.
Yeah. I think stuff like climbing Mount Everest, going to see the Titanic, skydiving are very, very surrogate activities.
Exactly.
You really need most people don't do those things and they're fine. So it makes sense at those levels.
We could do a segue. This wasn't on the docket, but I was just thinking, do you guys have any opinions on surrogates? like having a
Is this, like,
surrogate
word-
bury
like
your
this
child.
random word association.
Yeah, like literally. But yeah,
I think it's kind of weird. I don't know.
yeah. I
Well,
agree.
okay, right. There's some women who just like physically can't, like you know, it would like hurt them to like have the baby. In that case, like sure, whatever. But if you're like, I don't know. I remember. I think Kim Kardashian had at least one kid by surrogacy.
I think you should
And I
just
think
give
that's
it a
weird.
try, though. I think it's like not a huge deal.
You should what?
You should give it a try.
Yeah,
Try
yeah.
and get pregnant.
Yeah. No, I don't know. The thing is, I don't know. It's if you're perfectly capable of having a child and it's not like for a medical reason, you shouldn't have a surrogate. That's just weird. I don't
Yeah.
know. It makes me uncomfortable.
Well, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, I'm not a part of this
Okay.
right now.
Evan's girlfriend, Kylie, does not want to get involved. She knows. She's probably smart for that, actually.
Yeah, that's wise. No, I just think it's probably like way harder for a mom who like had a child via surrogacy to really bond with the child, just like on a biological level, you know.
I mean, part of it's like, oh, like the baby like hears its mom's heartbeat and like her voice, you know, for the 9 months before it actually
Also,
it's born.
don't get any milk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess if you have to, then like okay, but yeah, if you don't have to, then you should just have it the normal way,
Yeah.
and it makes sense.
Okay, another transition. Speaking of doing things normally
Oh boy.
versus abnormally, thoughts on steroids? Gym bros taking steroids to get pumped or whatever.
I don't think it's a good idea, but it's just
Yeah.
not my thing. I don't know.
No, I'd agree. Well, because it's not just like it's like oh, it's not for me, but it's also like actively harmful to you.
It shrinks your balls.
It shrinks your
You
balls.
don't look like men on steroids do not look good.
Yeah.
They look like unnatural.
Have you
Yeah.
seen I was watching like the second Knives Out movie, and Dave like Bautista's in it, and he is like shirtless for a lot of it because it's like taking place on a beach or something, and like his fucking like his chest and like his nipples are so like big and like puffy and like and like directly pointing down. It's disgusting. Like, and that's an effect of steroids, and I don't they like make dudes like really like weird personality wise, like make them all
They
angry and
there's
everything.
different types.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know why you would do that except for I don't know because you're insane and you don't want to wait to have muscles.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
I think like if you
consistency.
got like, testicle cancer, like,
Yeah.
you go ahead and take testosterone. That's cool.
Yeah.
But other things.
Yeah. Oh well. That reminds me of how like because like I was thinking like okay why would someone do that? And obviously if they're like trying to win a bodybuilding competition or like you know they want to like look good for a movie or something like that. It's like that's one reason. But I mean there's people who take the steroids regardless. That's because they think they look good. But then I think we've talked about this before how like men who like want to be like most jacked guy in the world are doing it subconsciously if they approve of other men. Like they're like, oh yeah, chicks will dig it if I, if I can bench 3 times my body weight or whatever. But women don't actually care about that so much. I mean, I guess it's some women's type, but it's overall, So like some guy, at the gym can like poke his arm and be like, whoa, what's your training regimen?
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, I think the whole gym bro culture is like deeply homosexual. Yeah. And I mean, also, I'll extend that even farther. I think a lot of the ways that like, what's the term for it? There's a word for it, but it's like men are attracted to women who like high status or whatever men are attracted to.
What?
It's like men's attraction is influenced by other
men's attraction? Oh.
So I think
so.
there's like the same sort of situation where it's like men are like influenced on some level by, how men view them. Even if they're straight, they're still influenced in some way.
Huh. That's interesting.
And like I don't know if that theory about like men's attraction is necessarily true, but like it's definitely a theory.
It's interesting to think about. And I could see it.
I didn't understand that. That's okay.
It's like a guy will be into a woman or like try and get with her because he thinks that like the fact that he's interested in this woman or the fact that he like got with this woman will like receive approval from other men.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're like,
that's a real thing.
I hooked up with so and so, and his buddy's like, oh, she's hot as shit, dude. Like, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because it does happen. Like that's. I think I don't know. Because on one hand, like the stereotype of like. Well, no, that's not true. Never mind. Yeah, well, because like I have seen it happen where like dudes will be like, you know, like what, I don't know, kissing and telling, I guess, and they'll, you know, try and. Yeah, they'll like be telling their friends about whoever, like talking about, you know, girls they slept with, so they can like show off. But I also think women do that too.
Yeah, I think that's true.
But I think that women do it more when it's like negative, when it's like, oh, this guy was like, can you believe like this guy had a, I don't know, little penis or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A certain oomph.
Yeah, we can think of one person that we know who made a PowerPoint presentation of every dude she slept with, and like there included were like descriptions of their penises and like how his sex was.
And okay,
and like was it all like, oh, this guy was cringe, or was it just genuinely like telling like, and was she like, oh,
I was negative?
Yeah, it was all negative.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, like he was like so down bad for me, but like, you know, fuck him or what. It's just like all negative.
You go girlism.
Yeah, and like just okay, not to be mean, but
let's hear it. She's not gonna hear this.
It's kind of like hard to believe that the guys were like really
obsessed
into
with her.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of like, okay, girl, like you do you or whatever.
Have I met this girl?
No.
No, you haven't. No.
But yeah, it's just kind of like, okay, like, sure.
Yeah. Apparently, when we left that party, you would have met her if you had been at that party.
Yeah.
But apparently, we killed the vibe when we left. Apparently, when we were, for context for the pond, Elka and I, one of our friends, we were at this party last night, and we like when we left like to go to a bar after a little while, and apparently after we left, everyone else kind of left too. So, life of the party over here.
Yeah.
But had you been there, you would have met her.
She's kind of the worst person I've ever met. I mean, that's obviously, you know, an exaggeration, but she's so annoying. Oh.
Yeah. Huh. Oh well. No, I think what was it? Camille told us that she like broke up with like her first boyfriend that she ever had, like, because I think they dated all through for like the last 4 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And then like they broke up, and then she like went nuts, like off the rails.
Oh.
And you know, many such cases.
Many such another oomph of ours.
I can think of two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
How did we get on that? Oh, steroids, and then it was about the girl. Okay, yeah. Well, this is kind of related. Men complimenting other men.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
okay, so
like, what about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that sounds like one of your suggestions.
Expand on that.
Well, so okay, by that I feel like there's two types of, you know, men compliments. It's either like, hey bro, nice muscles, like, hey bro, like that was a great set you did or whatever, you know. So that's one category.
And like about physical fitness.
Yeah,
okay.
or like, you know, like something, or like, hey, like great job with that presentation, or you know, something where it's like you're like something like either your fitness or something you've done, you know, something like
some kind of accomplishment.
Yeah, so
like something they've like worked on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that's first category, and then second category is like, hey bro, like nice job getting that girl, you know, she's so hot, you know, stuff like that. I feel like that goes back to our earlier conversation about the male validation.
So what conclusions do you draw from that?
Well, I think it I guess it just is a question of why men do things and how they react to receiving compliments on those things that they do.
Okay. I
Well,
mean,
I think men that get girls because of insecurity, like that, like you described, it's not they never get like actual compliments from guys.
Oh.
It's not about that so much as making other guys feel bad.
yeah. I don't know. I think there's like there's truth to like men want to compliment each other on like things that they worked on, like some product of their labor, whether it be their bodies or I don't know, something at work or something. Maybe it goes back to some like I don't know, male instinct,
There's nothing wrong with compliments.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
I think it's
Yeah.
good. I think people
Yeah.
should do it more, honestly. I
Yeah.
don't know.
One thing I'll notice is that I don't generally hear men compliment each other on like their clothes straight men don't compliment each other on their clothes unless it's like shoes.
Interesting.
If you got a cool pair of sneakers, a dude will compliment you on that. But like, if you got a cool shirt, cool pants, whatever, you're probably not going to hear about it from another man.
But I thought like guys who were into sneakers are gay.
You think guys are into sneakers are gay? Huh. I don't know.
I think it depends on the sneaker.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
You don't even know anything about sneakers.
I
don't know.
All I know about sneakers is like Adidas, like Sambas, and that's it. Like, that's literally all I know. I'm like, oh, I'm so trendy.
No, I feel like part of the sneaker thing is like from like celebrity culture. Like you want Jordans because it's Michael Jordan. You want Yeezys because it's Kanye. Or like Nike does. Well, Nike will do a collaboration with like fucking Travis Scott or someone. And they're like, oh shit, I need that. And that's not to say that they look bad. Like I think a lot of these shoes do look good, but they wouldn't maybe garner as much interest if they weren't associated with someone rich and famous.
Well, it's just like market into the lower class.
Yeah,
Really, so
yeah.
it's all
That's true. Well, going back to the men complimenting men thing, I think the way women compliment each other is totally different. Like, like in bar bathrooms or something like that, like the interactions you have in those spaces is just like so positive and it feels like a different world. Like, it's just like non-competitive. It's like, girls will like compliment you on your hair or like, your outfit or whatever, and it's just like really supportive. And then as soon as you walk out of there, like that same girl will like be like, "Hey, get out of my way," or be like bitchy, and it's just like a completely different dimension.
It's like you go girlism again.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
Because there's no guys in there.
Yeah,
they don't have
I guess
anyone,
that's
they don't have
it.
anyone to impress. I think.
Yeah.
I've heard that it's like the bar bathroom is where there's no one else to impress, and everyone's taking a piss or whatever. So it's truly everything is like stripped down to your essentials, figuratively speaking. You're not like you have I don't know, nothing to hide, I suppose. And so it's
How is it in like men bar bathrooms? Is it that same like supportive?
No.
I mean I don't really like hang out with guys in the bathroom. I don't. There's none of that.
Yeah, when a guy goes to a bathroom, he's not gonna like bring his friend with him. You know what I mean?
You just go there and take a leak and leave.
Yeah, it's pretty. Nothing. Not lots going
The
on.
plaza was boxed vaping.
I feel like I don't know. I have heard people talking like guys having conversations in bar bathrooms, but it's like they're continuing whatever conversation they were already having.
Oh.
Like they're like I don't know, like they're like going to the bathroom and they're like talking about something and then they just like continue while they're urinating or whatever.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know. I know guys have gone to bar bathrooms to like deal drugs too. So it's also part of male and on-male interaction in bar bathrooms is just dealing drugs.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm like more tired than I realized.
Yeah, I've been so out of it today. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think this episode is gonna.
We're not gonna make 2
An
hours.
hour episode. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're like halfway there.
Whenever we decide, or honestly, whenever we decide to be done,
I'd be down for less than an hour.
I'd be down for less than an hour too. It's a quick, just cute little episode, for the what are we calling our loyal podcast listeners? The fish.
The fish. or the cast, or are we the cast?
We're
We're the cast, right? Flounder's the fish. Flounder's the big fish. We're the cast.
And us sitting here is the pond.
That's
and
the
so
pond.
the listeners are
The bait?
no, because this is the bait right here.
Oh, yeah.
The list of topics, because Flounder, we get to talk to Flounder about. He's taking the bait.
He's taking a bait.
Not that it's a trap or anything, Flounder, but
Yeah.
if he's listening, he won't listen to this actually.
No, I'm sure he will not.
But so which makes the audience,
The minnows?
yeah, the minnows, or like perhaps they could be fishermen. They could be bugs on the lake, or perhaps like ducks.
I like ducks.
You like ducks?
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Because I feel like the fishermen could be a little bit, negativity going on.
Yeah, the fishermen are our haters.
Yeah, they're our haters. Ain't that the truth? There's a lot of fishermen in this pond. I'll tell you that right now.
Your haters.
Or perhaps they could be what listeners are they perhaps birds?
Birds.
Well, I guess ducks are birds. But probably like eat just other birds too.
Could be. Mallards.
Huh?
So this is the pond. Flounder, our host is the fish, the
'Cause it's a flounder.
fish. We're the cast. Right? We're the
For the
cast.
podcast.
And then our listeners are
We're figuring it out. Ducks, minnows,
other fishermen.
I don't know.
other waterfowl,
Yeah, other waterfowl.
bugs.
I think an analogy taken too far loses all its force.
It's
You're
called
probably
sticking
right.
to the bit. It's called committing to the
I
bit.
think we're just really good at committing to this.
Well, which stone should I have? Are they all different?
Oh, they're this one's cranberry almond.
You bake all these?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
This one's
Yeah, I should make
blueberry.
them by hand.
So you made all these different batters?
They're for my job. They're like day old scones.
Oh.
And then I did them for free. But
Oh,
I
that's
freeze
tight.
them, and so they shouldn't be
Well,
stale.
wait, which
This
one?
one's maple pecan.
What's the green one?
It's like blueberry.
Is there any that aren't sweet? Like
No, they're all
Ooh,
sweet.
wait, if this is blueberry, I'll have. Oh shit!
Yeah,
I
please eat
wasn't
them.
gonna have one until you said blueberry.
okay, could you
Got my
summarize
ass.
again? Like what are these?
Okay. You better take notes. Okay, those in your hands are cranberry almond, and then the other two are maple pecan.
So you only got two types. That's kind of
Well, I have
I'm
three
taking the
types,
third.
and then
types. That's
Avgust
really
over
Gotcha.
kind of
here.
lame.
Oh, I guess there's an orange here too.
Yeah. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth, Or,
That's right.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
look a stale scone in the. I don't know.
What I said about an analogy taken too far.
Go grab a napkin. No, we do that all the time.
It's called being really funny. It's called being like the funniest person ever. Yeah.
What were we trying to come up with yesterday? It was like she papsed on my.
Oh,
Or
because I was thinking like she be
on my ribbon.
She-
on my paps till I ribbon.
she be on my pastel ribbon. Yeah, totally. No wait,
or she'd be on my pee till I ribbon.
she ribbon on my pee till it turned
Till
blue.
No, it's stupid.
No.
We'll get that. What was it that Brayden said that yesterday?
Oh god, that
With
was
the-
good. About the forehead
No, not that.
or no? The sag.
Yeah, it was that.
What was
It was call her. Oh no, call her an actress the way her. It was call her an actress.
the
The
way?
way her tits gonna sag in 40 years.
What the hell?
He just like sagged like the SAG awards. So good. It was so good.
Like the Screen Actors Guild.
Wait,
and call her an
SAG.
actress.
I didn't get that.
No,
Whatever.
that was the
It's too high.
joke. It was,
It
it was high IQ.
It's too highbrow for you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was so funny though. No, he just like kept coming.
He
We
had
should have
zingers.
him on the pod.
We should do
That'd be really
it
fun.
tomorrow. No, I don't want to record another episode.
No,
tomorrow.
no.
I want to go to the beach tomorrow. Let's went to the beach tomorrow. Yes.
I'm down. I'm down.
Okay, I don't think
We
I'm
was
running.
at the beach, so it was nasty.
I've
But
been
it was
at the
good,
beach
but
like
it was,
every
I
day
won't
for the
swim.
past couple days.
I think did you guys go to the same place that we went
Yeah,
to?
the
I
little-
swam there. It was fine.
I told Evan to man up, but he
Yeah,
didn't.
I wouldn't
so-
have enjoyed it.
Shut up and shut up, pal.
Oh, speaking of which, pools versus rivers, other bodies of water.
No, pools are whack.
Oh, I like pools.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a control, like right? The lake, yes. Is it mildly gross? Sure, because of all the algae and everything, and so you don't have that in the pool, which is nice. I really like the smell of chlorine.
You do?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I used to swim. I don't know, so I like I don't know. I enjoy the smell of chlorine, or like taking a shower after like being in the pool. That's always nice. 'Cause I just generally like being like submerged in water. I think, the shower, the bath, the pool, the lake, whatever.
Submerged.
Yeah, I think
That's the real longhouse, but
all right,
no one wants to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about it. No, I think it's if there's like children in the pool, then it's annoying and gross because then you're gonna have like Band-Aids and urine and whatever in the pool. That's gross. I guess that's what the chlorine's for. To still sanitize it, but I'd much rather be in a pool with I don't know anyone over the age of anyone over the age of peeing in a pool or losing a Band-Aid.
Or under the age of being in a pool, Some old people be
Oh,
going crazy in pools. No.
that's true. And it's not even, even if the old people were completely sanitary in the pool, I just don't want to look at them.
I don't like old people. Like, I like old people. It's just like sometimes they kind of creep me out.
Yeah.
But they're nice. Like, I get it.
No.
No, my take is that I'll swim in a pool, I'll swim in a lake, I'll swim wherever, I don't care. But it's just really irritating when, like, you go to, like, a resort or a hotel or something.
Yeah.
And there's beautiful beach, beautiful ocean right there, and then they have a pool, like, right at the beach. It's like, what is going on? Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
It's a waste of money.
totally.
I like salt water though. Swimming in salt water is great. It's good for your skin.
Really?
That's true.
I've never actually been to like the ocean.
Really?
I want to.
Yeah, salt water is really
You
good.
can go to Lake Michigan. There's salt in.
That's fresh water.
Awesome.
What are you talking about? were you just mistaken or were you trying to...
No, I was trying to trick you.
Damn it. Well, you can't get me.
He almost got you. He almost got you.
I did not almost get... He did not almost get me at all. It wasn't even close.
No. No, if you want salt water, you gotta go to Lake Erie.
Yeah, visit one of the the famous 5 largest like freshwater lakes in America. Yeah. Oh well. I'll make it to the ocean someday. It'll be fun.
It'd be cool.
Go to, I don't know, California or some shit.
It can get cold though.
Like
In California.
in California or like
Oh,
the
yeah.
water.
Just the ocean in general.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get hot too.
Also true.
Well,
There's
it's amazing. The transfer of heat's so crazy to me.
But there's everything in the ocean. The color can change. The waves can change. The shape of the waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freshwater, it's all kind of the same
Yeah.
most of the time.
I think it'd be really, I mean, this is something that obviously I don't have the money for, but it'd be really fun to like go one of those places in like, Central America or like, like in like, islands where, the water is like completely clear and all that. That seems like it'd be really pretty. I'd love to go that.
It'd be really cool.
But I'm sure it's like, I don't know, like overly touristy and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure there's like some like hidden gem. It's like, oh, it's like the Bahamas, but cheaper, less popular. You can go to,
I
right?
think it's not too hard to get away from tourists in like shithole countries.
Yeah.
Like Mexico.
That's
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
It's
You
really
just have to like have a little bit of courage.
You drive to like Merida from Cancun.
Yeah.
There's no tourists there.
Yeah.
And
I guess
remember those,
pretty cool.
there's these like freshwater like caves.
Cenotes.
Yeah, cenotes.
And there's no
Yeah.
tourists there.
Yeah, but
That's
there's like
really cool.
fresh water, and then you dive in, you can see everything. It was really cool. It was actually really scary for me, just because you can. Well, I don't know, something about the depth of it. Like you can just see straight down, and it's
It's so
like
clear.
never ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
think it's like a pebble down there, but it's like a big boulder way
Yeah.
down there. But it's clear. And some of the water's like bluish a little bit. It's like fresh water, but it's blue.
Nice.
It's cool.
Remember I went backpacking in like in Montana, like Glacier National Park, and so we have these like little lakes, and they're all like clear as shit, like out, and it's all in like the middle of nowhere, and the mountains, and they have like these very clear, like completely calm lakes. That was really pretty.
Well, it's places like Montana and Canada, you can drink water usually.
Oh yeah,
Rivers.
yeah.
But I like out west, the hot springs. There's like hot springs that are like on the side of the road, and it's like a kind of like a fucked up path to get to them sometimes, and it's like kind of like hidden in the woods and like sketchy. And then it's just a nice natural hot springs to hang out in.
That's so cool.
I like that.
That's so cool.
Then Hot Springs, Arkansas is fucked. They built like bathhouses where the hot springs used to be.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, they use the natural hot spring, but you have to pay like $20 to swim around with a bunch of old people. And they make you buy their sandals if you don't have them.
I was in a place like that in Colorado. It's like, I think it's called Colorado Springs, but
Yeah.
no wait. It was something Springs. It wasn't Colorado Springs. It was something Springs, and it was like fed by hot springs, but they had this hot spring fed pools and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's cool, it was fun. It smelled like sulfur. You like pay to be in there, or whatever. It's like I think it started with a G. I can't remember what it's called.
Well, this one in Hot Springs, Arkansas, was like a hotel pool. I mean, that's how lame it was.
Oh really?
I mean,
It
yes.
wasn't even
It was like
little
indoor. It was. It didn't smell like sulfur even.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think they like treated the water.
That's the whole purpose of it, is that it's like
They got
natural.
ponds,
and-
basically.
Oh, jeez. That's depressing.
Yeah. Oh wow. It's unfortunate. What else we have on the docket? I don't know. Do you feel like talking about any of this?
We could talk about beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Does anyone actually like beer? I've never
Yeah.
Well, no. Sorry. I've had one. There's like this sour beer that's at my job that I liked.
Wow.
What?
Sour beer.
Yeah. No. It's
gross.
It's good. I'm sure you've had it. Like sour beers.
I've
You don't like it?
Well, no, it's like not sour.
That's why I like it. 'Cause it's sour.
Normal beer.
Well, normal beer is like, I don't know. I feel like I've never had a normal beer where I'm like, oh, that tastes really good. It's like, oh, that's like fine.
But it's, I can't handle like craft beer stuff where it's like the hops, like a bunch
Yeah.
of hops.
Sure.
Like normal American beer, I like or like Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow is actually
I
good.
like it. It's like
Yeah.
a little bit fruity. Like really, summer shandy is a good beer.
Never had that before.
I remember one time Elka and I got drunk on summer shandy and drove around on ATVs. And that was a lot of fun.
Well, there's also the thing about IPAs, like even beside the taste, which is terrible, is that they're usually way more alcoholic than
Yeah.
other beers, and so you drink one of them and it's like, I'm kind of toasted now. Like,
how much more? Like, what's do you have
I
an
don't
idea?
know.
Like
I
at
had
least
this
twice
one-
as strong.
There's this one called like Voodoo Ranger or something.
Yeah,
and that'll
yeah, that-
take you out. Like that's
Really?
like, ugh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, on the topic of the taste of beer, I think no beer has ever tasted good enough to me where I was like, I would drink this even if it was non-alcoholic. That's where you get me with beers. I will not understand non-alcoholic beers because like that at one point you just drink it for the taste, and it's like, okay, even if like there's a beer that I like a Spotted Cow or like the sour beer, I don't like it enough where I would just drink it without alcohol. I don't know.
So,
I like non-alcoholic beer.
Is it like just the taste of it you like, or like the experience of like?
It's
Do you
just
like-
the taste of it. It's
You like
refreshing.
placebo
That's
yourself into thinking it's alcohol
It
in
might
it.
be like a placebo kind of thing. So it's nice after work.
And-
Just
yeah.
have a beer, and then you can still get work done later than
No, I mean I totally get it. Like it's smart. Yeah, like if you enjoy that. yeah.
But it's also what I really like is driving around with non-alcoholic beer, because then it's like, because I like driving around with beer, but I don't do that like in town too often.
Yeah.
And driving drunk is fun, but drinking and driving in particular is like a really good vibe.
Okay.
Non-alcoholic beer is kind of like an easier way to go about that.
Okay. I've driven like buzzed once, and I was so scared that I was gonna like crash that I was not having a good time. It was also like driving downtown Madison, so it was a little bit more hectic. But
In Minneapolis, you can drive drunk, and it's not, you don't have to worry about it.
The police have bigger things to worry about down there.
Yeah, they just don't care.
Oh shit.
But it's fun. I don't know.
I'll have to crack a beer and then go on a drive with that.
No, I mean you shouldn't. I don't think you should be like too
said
drunk.
No, I'm saying like have a beer and
just
go for a drive. Yeah.
A couple beers maybe.
Oh,
I don't know. It depends.
As Afro Man famously said, I drive drunk better than I do sober. So.
Oh, he's
That's
like,
true.
I fell asleep on the 105. I woke up on the 405.
I forgot Afro Man.
Afro Man, what a guy.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that bar? And I was like, I fell asleep on the whatever.
I fell asleep on the 405 and woke up on the 105. Fell asleep on the 105, woke up in bed.
That's real. That's real.
He said, I call that autopilot.
And like the truth is that he was probably driving just fine. You know.
Yeah.
I bet he was all over the road. He's
What?
probably like the one guy who killed the 5 girls in Minneapolis. You guys hear about that?
No.
Okay. So there was this guy. He was going. So 35W. It goes through Minneapolis, and like Lake Street is one of the main streets in Minneapolis that crosses under 35W. There's a lot of shit going on in that part of Lake Street. It's none of it's really good. And there's 5 girls who were like on Lake Street around there, but and they were in like a car. But anyway, so there's this guy. I forgot which way he was going, but he was going like 90 miles an hour. He's like on drugs. He had just rented this car. State trooper pulls out to try and pull him over. He's going like 90, out of control. He sees the state trooper, so he's like, well, I'm gonna get away. I'm gonna take the exit ramp. Go plow at 90 miles an hour onto the city street. And he took out this car, 5 girls in there. They all died.
Wow.
Yeah, like I forgot what time of the day. In fact, like not that late at night either. And he was okay. He like ran away to the Taco Bell nearby.
That's really
Hey,
unfortunate.
State Patrol hadn't gone after him. Wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, so there's
trying to
there's the
ruin the
protests
cruisers.
about the cop about the 5 girls killed by the state trooper is how it was framed. And it's like, well, you know, there's something to that, but I think the more immediate thing was the guy who drove into them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, that's
Police having
actually
a view.
how like news agencies framed it. As like
Well,
the girls
that's
were
how these
killed
people
by-
protesting framed it.
Oh,
Because it's like fuck the police, and I have a lot of sympathy for that, and I generally think in those terms. But in this case, the guy was
Yeah.
on drugs, driving 90 miles an hour, and hit some girls. So,
Yeah.
and you can't get away from that.
Yeah. No, that'd be a case, but I think the police should probably take care of him.
Well, I'm like, you shouldn't like pursuing someone when there's a safety concern. Like a lot of times, cops won't pursue a guy on a motorcycle for that reason, because the guy will probably die if you chase him too long. But I think, as I understand it, it wasn't like that. It was like the guy hadn't even caught up to him yet. State trooper.
No, that's, this kind of reminds me of this video I saw of this like a police chase, and I think it was just some guy like who wasn't getting pulled over, and he's like in this pickup truck, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the pit maneuver.
Yeah.
Where like, do you know about this?
No, I don't know.
So it's like where there's two cars. I guess listeners at home will have to imagine this. There's two like like this, the cop is behind one car. He kind of comes up and brings his like front bumper like towards like the back of the car, kind of like hits him like this and makes him spin out. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to do it you're not supposed to do it at speeds over like 35 miles per hour, because then it becomes like really dangerous.
Oh. Because
like you could kill the driver. He could like completely go off the like completely go out of control on the road. And so I think they were doing like 100 miles an hour on this highway, and he pits the guy, and the guy just goes like rolling into the other lane, like, into the left lane, and like I don't think he didn't. I think people were able to like stop and like no one. He didn't he didn't send this truck into anyone else, and like no one else got hurt. But just like, what are you doing? Like
at 100 miles per hour.
It is like ridiculously like irresponsible of that cop. And the video was framed as like, oh wow, he got him, like look at that, look at this cool like maneuver, and it's like he was doing it like 70 miles over what he was actually supposed to be using that technique.
It's ridiculous.
Whatever, I don't know. Look, what is it? It's like 70% of all crashes are by sober drivers. That's all I'm saying.
So yes,
that's all I'm saying.
Drunk drivers are better drivers.
Yeah, hey. Maybe I should like crack a couple beers while I'm cruising down the road.
Real talk, yeah.
But the thing about drinking and driving that a lot of people can't accept is you gotta chuck your bottles or cans out the window. And a lot of and it's true, and that's the only way to do it. And a lot of people are pussies and they can't do that. And it's like,
get caught.
Yeah, well, if you get pulled over, you will get fucked if there's empty cans in your car.
Yeah.
But I think, if the open container laws in the U.S. were revised, I think there'd be a lot less littered beer cans on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Like in Mexico, they've got like a blood alcohol content law, but no open container law. You can drink and drive.
Yeah, well, we have both.
Yeah.
Brandon's America.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah. Well, I remember, I don't know if this actually happened, but I've been told that this happened. So it was like, I don't know if you remember this, Evan, but there's like one Earth Day, Mom had us pick up trash around the neighborhood. Yeah. Because we used to live in like a, suburban, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Or no, I think it was at the different.
Oh, after that.
Yeah.
Around the duplex.
And so we were like picking up trash, and then this like random like asshole drives by and like throws a bunch of like random trash.
Okay, this was on the grass at a park. He was driving around in a van on the grass in the park.
What?
It was her dad.
Yeah. Because he like wanted to make us feel like we were making a difference.
Because the problem was there wasn't any garbage.
So he goes and litters just so his kids can have a productive Earth Day. That's funny.
But yeah, I think we had like the day off of school. I think it was on the weekend or something.
Oh, yeah.
We just wanted to like hang out. Our mom took us up to pick up rubbish.
That's so funny.
I totally forgot about that.
That's pretty good. And around the same time period, he took apples and put them in a plastic bag and then ran over them back and forth with the car. And he said, "Well, this is how you make applesauce." and then we made applesauce, and he's like, "Well, we got to cook it just a little bit to finish it off." But that was the most important part. For the longest time, I thought that was like the normal way of making applesauce. I thought you had to smash it with the car.
Well, it tasted good,
Yeah.
It was decent applesauce.
Tastes a little rubbery.
Yeah.
But I think the things that I'll do to mess with my kids, like that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to messing with my kids if and when I have them. I already like will mess with I have like younger cousins, and so I already like fuck with them like all the time, and just like, or actually, but who doesn't more is my dad will fuck with my younger cousins a lot. I think partially because he fucks with them in a way that he didn't with us. Like he would with me and my brother, but it's like not his kids, so he feels a lot more like okay. But like he told like one of my cousins like 9 or something or 10. I know, yeah. Right? Yeah, he's like 10, I think. And then, so he like pays, he's like, hey, I'll give you like $5 if you drink this entire cup of gravy. And like, something he would. We were like at my aunt and uncle's place for like Thanksgiving, and it's like not his fucking house, and like not his kids. Like this kid throws up, and it's like, oh, oops, you know. and it was like, I think, yeah, and it was like, I think it had like little sausage bits in it too. It wasn't just liquid. And he was like, okay, like he poured a glass of gravy. He's like, oh, give me $5, let me drink this, and he did.
That's the ideal uncle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Should we wrap it up, do you think?
I'm okay with wrapping it up. It's
been almost an hour.
Oh, hey, we actually did make it
Let's
almost
round
an
it
hour.
out to an hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
keep
All right,
talking.
all right.
Okay.
9 more minutes. What else do we have? What do we think of camo as a trend?
Camo? Yeah.
I think it can look cool. I think only if you gotta have like only one thing with camo on it that you're wearing. You can't have like camo pants and a camo shirt. Then you look like an. Can I say the R word on this?
Say it.
They look like a retard.
Yeah.
But I agree. But if you get like camo pants, that's or just the camo, that's cool. Or if it's like other colors of camo, like not just like the green and the black and everything. But
Wear it ironically.
Yeah. I think like people pull it off.
yeah.
I like the the Carhartt like camo pants. Those look good.
Have you seen Elliot's got a pair of like blue and white kind of like camo pants?
I haven't seen those.
I think
Those sound like they would
I remember
good fit.
I think I saw him wearing them like once at I think it was at our apartment last year.
Oh.
And that's when I noticed them. But anyway, that's a good example of like good camo. There's like white pants that had like a camo pattern on them, and it was kind of like bluey and gray.
Oh wait, I know which one. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Those look good fit.
But yeah, I don't know. You do run the risk of looking like some kind of
Like Rambo or whatever.
yeah, some like Rotsy wannabe.
Oh yeah.
I know Chase will like get pissed at people wearing camo because like sometimes it'll just be camo for fashion. He's like, oh well, no military actually uses that kind of camo. It's yeah, or like.
And he wears a bunch of camo.
But hey, when he wears camo, it's like actual camo.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It's not this camo design. It's like someone out there has used or is using it for like the military. When Chase wears camo. Whatever.
I don't know. I think like speaking of like ironically wearing things.
Oh.
I think that you guys know the whole like ironic like trucker hat or like baseball cap with like gaudy stuff on it.
Yeah.
I think people can pull it off.
Yeah.
Just like it just has to be like intentional kind of.
What do you mean? Like what?
Well, like or even like a MAGA hat, like when it's worn ironically, like the fit goes hard.
That's cool, yeah.
There's-
but it has to be ironic.
Yeah. There's a guy like at the party last night was wearing like a Reagan Republican like party convention or something like that, like hat from like the 80s or something.
Yeah.
What else? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a guy at Plaza who was wearing some like porn something shirt. It's like for like a porn convention or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's wearing ironically. That's a little bit too much though. I think it's funny
Yeah, I
when
feel like-
it's funny when it's political.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like a pin in my backpack. It's like the "Don't Tread on Me" snake, but it says "Let me die" Hooters. It feels a little bit.
That's funny.
I think it's funny. Although
That'd be a really
a lot of
fun
people.
t-shirt.
Oh yeah, it would be. A lot of people think that this is just an actual "Don't Tread on Me" pin.
Just assume that you're like.
And then this town they're like Nazi, and I'm like, no. I have. This isn't political, but I have. Braden bought it for me actually as like a very early birthday present. I have a white trucker hat that says Chick-fil-A sauce on the front.
What's
That
the
would go
idea
so
with
hard,
that?
like,
Say what?
What's the idea with that?
I don't know.
goes hard.
I
like,
guess, yeah.
Is
Like,
yeah. I
Yeah, I
don't
can
know.
see.
Whatever
Balance,
politics
like-
Chick-fil-A has.
Wait, they're Christian or whatever? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they still like donate to like the I don't know anti-gay people? Is that even true in the first place? That
I
they
bet
ever did?
they do.
Yeah.
I mean, Quick Trip is Christian too.
I don't know.
And it's like, I guess. I'm not gonna boycott anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I just
don't
don't care
enough.
about her. I just
Yeah.
really can't. But yeah, well, I think Quick Trip, the only Christian thing they do is they don't sell condoms.
Oh.
Which is kind of interesting. They don't. You cannot get condoms at Quick Trip.
It makes so. Cause I remember one time, I was like, "Oh, some like Quick Trip," because I needed to get condoms.
Yeah.
and I was like, "What the hell?"
I know. I thought that they've been out a couple times, and then I realized
Yeah.
that it's just like they don't have them.
Yeah.
And you don't want to like go up and be like, "Hey, do you
have
have
no, yeah,
condoms?"
fuck
Like,
that.
You don't want to ask.
I remember I was at. I think that same day I was like, "Fuck, where am I gonna go?" And there's like another gas station not that far from like the Quick Trip I was at. I was like, I'll just walk there and go. And then like their condoms were like behind the. You had to like ask for the condoms, and I was like, I guess I'm just not getting condoms. Like, oops.
It's just not gonna happen.
Like, they have plenty, but not for me. It's so humiliating. Like the only way to buy condoms is you just like walk. Don't look the cashier in the eye, and just like leave as quickly as possible. You know.
Like self checkout.
Yeah, self checkout even better. Yeah, no.
Maybe like asking the person behind the desk, like, oh, like, can I get like these condoms? And they're like, oh, like these? And they're like, no,
No, the ones to the right. No, the bigger ones.
Like,
Trust me.
Do you have like bigger ones in the back that you can print out?
Shit.
God. Closed on Sunday, she might Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can leave it at that.
Yeah, real.
All right,
All right.
everyone, remember, don't work on the Sabbath. Go eat some Chick-fil-A. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.